Hello, my name is Nicole. For those of you who do not personally know me, for those who already knew my name, congratulations! You are a winner. You already knew. But there are some of you who I have not met. So, I'm Nicole, and I decided that I wanted to make this video for you instead of typing up a novel so that you guys don't have to read a whole bunch and I can get through my story pretty quickly. But I'm kind of a nervous talker, so forgive me. But I wanted to share some pretty exciting news in terms of my health that I got last week. And with that, I thought that it might be best to share my whole story with those of you who may not know it. So I guess we get started. This is where we start the story. Anyways, there's those nerves. So it kind of starts back to when I was younger and the jobs that I had. When I was a kid, I used to have a lot of physical jobs. So I had jobs in a pizza place, two of them actually. That's probably why I love pizza. I also worked at a bakery, I worked in a nursery, I worked at a Starbucks, so I always had really physical jobs where I didn't really need to worry about my weight or staying fit because I was constantly moving around, or most times I had 2 jobs or 3 jobs and then had school, so I was just go, go, go all the time and didn't think about what I was putting in my mouth or what I was consuming. But fast forward to when I worked at St. Vincent's. I worked graveyard, and before I would go to work at St. Vincent's at 9 o'clock at night, I would typically work either 2 p.m. in the afternoon to 8 p.m. At Starbucks and then go straight to graveyard, or I would get off graveyard and go straight to work at Starbucks from like 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then at the same time, I lived in the Gorge. If you're from Oregon, the Gorge is a long ways away from Lake Oswego in Portland, or St. Vincent's where I was working. So in between there, I would have to get meals because I just didn't have any time and I was so tired I couldn't just make things. So if you know anything about Taco Bell is open 24/7, almost every single one of them. And so that's pretty much what my diet consisted of, was a lot of Taco Bell. My boyfriend at the time, he said that he remembers seeing the back seat of my car for the first time, and it was filled with empty Taco Bell bags. I used to eat it that much. I would eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's disgusting. It's good, but it's not good for you. Just don't eat it. It's addicting. Just stay away from it. Anyways, so, I got into the habit of eating like that. My next job after I quit St. Vincent's and Starbucks was working in a medical office, and all that Taco Bell came with me. I just kept eating it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was convenient. It was something I could just go to and get it done really quick. If I wasn't eating Taco Bell, I was definitely drinking a shit ton of pop, pardon my French. I was definitely drinking Amps, which are energy drinks, definitely eating Pringles. There was a Starbucks, there was a pizza place right across the street, so I had access to the worst food ever. And at that point, I still did not take my health seriously. I didn't have a care in the world for it because I didn't have a need to. I came straight from a very physical job to an office job. But after being there for a little while, I started to notice things were changing. I started feeling a little bit crankier. I definitely noticed my body changing, which was a big eye-opener, but it was one of those things where until you've experienced it, you kind of brush it off and go, okay, well, when I'm ready to fix this, I'm going to fix it, I'm going to lose the weight, and it's going to be easy, it's going to be fine. That was not the case for me. After I got done with the Providence medical job, I went on to work at a GI clinic, which is another physician's office, essentially. And it was really shocking to me at the time because when I walked into my boss's office, I remember seeing stacks of pop, and I just thought, this is insane. You guys are a medical clinic and you guys have access to pop, like cases and stacks of them. It was just crazy, and I thought about it and it kind of resonated with me, but I still continued to drink pop all the time, and even though I was judging that, I was consuming it too. It wasn't good. But while I was there, I really picked up bad eating and drinking habits. I was now, instead of, just eating Taco Bell, I was now eating Pringles for breakfast, or donuts, or sour gummy worms. Oh my God, I love those things. I haven't had one in forever. But I just started to develop these other bad habits that really weren't good, and then I really noticed my health take a turn for the worse. During that time, I noticed that I was having a lot of stomach pain, to the point where I actually went and saw one of those doctors to see if it was something like I had a parasite, or maybe I was sick and it was serious and I didn't know. And it wasn't any of that. They basically told me what every doctor who doesn't really care tells you is, oh, you just need to monitor it, or, oh, I think it's this parasite, it should go away. Didn't go away. I ended up making a career change from medical to organic produce. And at that time, I remember thinking, okay, this is going to be really good for me because I'm going to have access to all these fruits and vegetables, and it's going to be awesome. Like, I don't have any excuse not to just dive right into this. So I went to another desk job-ish at this place where I'm still at now, and I love it there, by the way. And I remember just bringing all those bad habits with me. I was upping the energy drink amounts. I was drinking 2 or 3 a day. I would literally drive to the gas station on my break and pick one up. I would beg my coworkers to go get me one. Still eating Pringles, still eating Taco Bell. My coworkers, you can ask any of them. They will joke with you about my Taco Bell consumption at that time. And in the back of my mind, I knew that I needed to make a change, but I didn't know how, and I wasn't really ready. I think that's one of those things where if you really develop these habits and they need to be broken, nobody can tell you that you need to stop. You can tell yourself, but until you are actually ready, you won't do it. And I wasn't ready. So we ended up, they have done this program called Know Your Numbers, and basically what they do is they bring techs on site, they weigh you, measure you, they draw your blood. About a month later, you get a huge packet of information that tells you where your health is at, and it's awesome. It's a really good program. I advocate for it all the time, and you'll know why in a minute, but it's just amazing. It gives you such detailed information and easy to read. So the first year I did it, and I didn't really think anything of it. I remember just shoving the paperwork away and going, okay, that's great. The second year I did it, I remember getting the packet in the mail, and I set it aside for a couple weeks. And then one day I decided, okay, I'm going to open it. I opened it, and it told me exactly what I thought it was going to say. Dear Nicole, you're overweight. Get your shit together. I was like, okay, yeah, that's great. And then I got a couple pages in, and in big, huge letters, it had a warning that I was pre-diabetic. And that was a game changer for me. That is when I knew I was in trouble. My grandma died of diabetes. It runs on my mom's side of the family. And so I never got to meet her because of it. She didn't take care of her health. And I did not want to be that person. It took me a little while to kind of let the shock wear out. I went to the doctors. They told me, they confirmed it. They said, hey, you are pre-diabetic. You are headed down a road you don't want to go down. Just let's get this fixed. Went and saw a nutritionist. And she said, you got to stop eating carbs. You got to stop eating candy. You got to stop drinking pop. That was the minute I stopped drinking pop, and I stopped drinking energy drinks. It was pretty easy at that point to say, okay, well, I still want to eat carbs, so maybe if I just cut out pop, it'll be fine. I was still having stomach issues at the time, so I went and saw a naturopath as well. I got an allergy test done, a food allergy test. It was 4 pages long, and it was ridiculous. And mind you, the allergy levels were only at like 1s or 2s. They weren't really big, but everything that I typically ate was on that list, and it was horrible. It was one of those things where you're just like, man, my whole life just got turned upside down by one little letter that tells you this news, and you just feel like, great, like I can't enjoy anything anymore. I can't eat anything. I have to eat like a rabbit, and I don't want to eat like a rabbit. I want to eat pizza or Taco Bell because I love Taco Bell. And so I remember my doctor saying, as I was walking out one time to follow up on the pre-diabetic stuff, she kind of whispered to me and she's like, hey, Weight Watchers is a really good program, and it really works, and you should really try it out. And I'm like, I'm not going to try Weight Watchers. No way. And then I went home and I stumbled upon Beachbody. I actually think it was a client who did Beachbody, or I had seen a coach post about it. It's been around me for a long time, and I just didn't really pay attention to it until recently. So I got involved in 2 challenge groups, but again, if you're not ready to make a change, you will not make those changes, and you will not commit. And that is a big part of a healthy lifestyle, is committing to change. So I got the programs and I did them for about a week, and then I let them go. This year, most of you know that I went through some pretty big life changes in regards to my living situation, and that allowed me to really focus on myself. And I started taking it a lot seriously. I found my coach, Lindsay and Stephanie, and they are amazing. I actually went to school with Stephanie, so I followed her a lot. She is the leader of our Team Alive and Well, and listened to her story and got totally motivated. I was like, sign me up, like I'm ready to go. And then I met Lindsay through a challenge group that Stephanie was running, and her and I clicked immediately. It was just one of those things where you just know that this person is supposed to be in your life, and they're in your life for a reason. And so with that, I was able to really focus on myself and focus on these programs and focus on what I needed, and it just kind of clicked. And I've been working out. I don't work out every single day. I'm human. It happens, like I get busy. I want to see my friends and have a social life. I have work to do. I do photography from time to time. I also have a full-time job, and I have a dog who consumes my every last waking moment. He also tries to work out with me. It doesn't work very well. But I make it a priority to put my health first, and I work out. And I remember the first time that I actually did any of the programs, I remember there were some where you have to bend over and touch your toes, and I thought, God damn it, like I can't even touch my toes. I have to bend my knees. This is stupid. This is ridiculous. I'm never going to get to the point where I can touch my toes. Now, every time that I start these workouts where I have to touch my toes, I reach down and I touch the floor with straight knees, and I'm like, holy crap, I'm actually doing this. Like, I've actually made progress. My clothes fit good. That's a really good feeling. Sucks for your pocketbook, though, buying new jeans. I am not a fan of buying new jeans, but hey, I will go to Target for a pair of new jeans and whatever else they have. If that's the only excuse I got, then so be it. But damn it, it feels so good. And not only that, but now that I do coaching, I make money off of helping other people and sharing my story and relating to them and understanding what they're going through. And I can tell when people are ready and when they're not. And it is my job to sit there and say, hey, I am here for you whenever you're ready to make a change and you're ready to commit and you get tired of the lifestyle you're living. I'm here, and I know what it feels like to be in your boat, and you're so close. Just keep hanging on. So where I'm going with this, know your numbers happened last week. They don't give you your results right away, but they do give you these pink sheets that weigh and measure you. And luckily for me, I had mine from last year in my work drawer. So last year, my weight at this time was 182 pounds. My waist was 39 inches and my hips were 41 inches. This year, 1 year later, my weight's at 163. I have no shame in sharing that because that is a huge difference from last year. My waist is at 35 and my hips are at 38. Pretty cool. That just totally sparked my fire again, and I'm fueled, and it just feels so good. Yes, I drink lattes, and yes, I eat Taco Bell from time to time, but you know what? I'm human, and I know that that is a treat to my lifestyle now, because my lifestyle now consists of, being very aware of what I'm putting in my mouth, essentially, you know? I am trying to cut out lattes, and I'm on day 2, and I feel really damn good. I don't have tummy aches anymore. The 21-day program, which I swear up and down by, they really teach you about portion control. So I'm able to eat all the things that nutritionist said I couldn't eat because I am in control of the portions. And if I eat the right amount, then it doesn't hurt. It makes me feel good. And food shouldn't hurt. Food should fuel you. You shouldn't be scared of food. Unless it's Taco Bell, then you should really be scared of Taco Bell because that crap is gross. I had a boyfriend call it toxic hell once, and it is. It's so good, but so bad for you. Don't eat Taco Bell. Anyways, my point with all of this is, you know, you only live one life, and you really got to take your health seriously, and you have to put you first. You cannot put anybody above you, and you only have one body, and if you're not willing to take care of it, then there's just no point. Like, you have to take care of that body of yours. You have to nurture it and fuel it. Don't do no carb diets. Don't do juice diets. Don't do any of that. Like, your body needs that fuel and that food to get by. You know, you need to find a good workout plan that works for you. It doesn't have to be jumping jacks. It doesn't have to be running marathons. It doesn't have to be push-ups and sit-ups and all that. It could be something gentle, like right now I'm doing PiYo, and it's just a bunch of really slow, like easy, gentle movements. I'm not jumping around, and it's great. Like, my flexibility is improving a great amount since starting. Anyways, I just don't think I've ever shared that story, and I'd like people to know I eat Taco Bell, or ate Taco Bell all the time. That's why. Now you know. Anyways, if you have any questions about my journey, or you want to know more about it and what was working or what isn't working, if you want to know more about the program that I'm on, I would love to share it because I need to pay it forward. I want to help people. This is what I'm passionate about now, and I wake up every morning and I just think about all the people out there who could be in the same position that I was in and just don't know where to turn to, and don't like doctors, and, you know, don't like, you know, not knowing what to do and just guessing and reading online. And I hear you. I'm right there with you. I was right there with you, and I would love to help you. So with that said, I hope that you all have a wonderful night. I'm sorry this is 17 minutes long. Imagine if I typed all this shit. Anyways, it's not shit. Don't eat Taco Bell. Have a good night. Bye.